It's Friday the 6th of September. Now, I've heard about this phenomena years ago, of course, but only just got some evidence to support it, so we can only just report on it now. This is from peer-reviewed literature, and it's scientists based in Japan and South Korea. And what they've done is they've taken COVID vaccines, mostly Pfizer and Moderna, and cultured them, incubated them, to try and duplicate the conditions in the human body, and they've found nanostructures have developed. Now, here's the equipment that was actually used here. It's stereo microscopes. Now, basically all this means is you're looking at it with two eyes, therefore you get stereoscopic vision. And what happened was that initially they developed two-dimensional nanostructures, and then some became three-dimensional as well. And of course you can see that with a stereoscopic microscope. Let's go and look at some now. That was the equipment that they were using. And of course, these days, you don't so much look down the microscope, it all goes on a screen, so you can take copies of it. Now, these are from the publication. These are some of the nanostructures that were observed in, as I've said before, conditions that were designed to duplicate human cells in the human body that developed from the COVID vaccines, the mRNA vaccines. Now, the scale here, we'll look. Well, I'll just show you a couple of pictures, and we'll look at the scale. So these are the sort of structures that they were finding. I mean, what the heck is that? You know, that is a structure that spontaneously sort of put itself together, a spontaneous assembly of this structure from the COVID vaccine cultures. Now, the scale here, 10 micrometers. So that's so one micrometer would be the size of a sort of a bacterial cell. 7 micrometers would be the size of a red blood cell. So you can see these are nanostructures, but this is a very detailed looking structure that has spontaneously assembled itself here. Really quite yeah, well, look at it. You know, that spontaneously assembled itself. What the heck is it? Now, of course, as always, we don't have, I won't be giving full answers to these questions. Read the paper for yourself. But this means the presence of these nanostructures needs to be explained by the manufacturers and by international authorizing agencies and national authorizing agencies around the world. This is a peer-reviewed publication, and I believe it gives questions to be answered. Even if it's only that this is a load of rubbish, then that still needs to be answered. Let's look at a couple more pictures before we look at the text. So these spiral ones seem to come up again spontaneously, just put themselves together. Spontaneous sort of another spiral there, another one there. Tell you what, I don't like the idea of these spontaneously forming in the cells of my body, if that is indeed the case. We don't know that, but if that's the case, I don't like the idea of it at all. Not at all.